Okay, deep breath. This is my very first podcast episode. I'm equal parts excited and kind of terrified. But here's why I'm doing this. I've built a life that looks successful on paper, and it still doesn't feel like enough. So if you're questioning the standard script too, you're in great company. You've built the career, you're building the portfolio, you're close to freedom. So what now? Welcome to Life After Enough. Money, meaning, and the life you design when work becomes optional. I'm Nick. I'm racing towards early retirement and figuring out who I become when the job no longer dictates what I do with my time. Let's get into it. If you've ever wondered, is this really it? You're exactly where you're meant to be. For most of my life, I did what we were all told to do. Work hard, climb fast, hit the big career milestones as quickly as possible. And I did all of that. I ticked every box that I thought at the time really mattered. Until one day I realized none of those boxes actually asked if I still wanted this version of success. Maybe that's you too. Maybe you're thinking, I should feel fulfilled, so why don't I? Maybe you're starting to imagine a different future, one where you wake up excited about the day you get to live, where money becomes a tool, not a trap, where you choose alignment over obligation. So who is this podcast for? This is for you if your career looks great from the outside, that you've achieved what you've set out to do, that you're financially responsible, maybe even thriving, but something inside you is whispering, there has to be more than this. Maybe you're curious about FIRE, financial independence, retire early. Maybe you love your job, just not the idea of doing it forever. Maybe you want to design a life that feels like your own, not the one you inherited from society. There are many pillars of what is enough. Financial security matters. Of course it does. But money is only one pillar of enough. We'll explore the others. Purpose, knowing what you're moving towards. Identity, who you'll become without your job title. Joy, what makes life feel vibrant and alive. Community, the people who make the journey worthwhile. Place, where your life gets to happen. And of course, love, including decisions about family and partnership. Enough isn't the finish line. Enough is that glorious moment that you finally get to ask better questions about how you want to live. So what can you expect from this show? Each week, we're going to dive into those questions. Some episodes will just be you and me, reflecting, experimenting, challenging all of the old narratives, whereas other episodes will feature people who've redesigned their lives on their terms. Those could be early retirees, career redesigners, lifestyle experimenters, entrepreneurs, parents, nomads, creators, community builders. The goal isn't to copy their path. It's to expand what you believe is possible for your own. This isn't a show about escaping work. It's about finding something better to run toward, about building a life worth waking up for, a life that feels intentional, honest, and yours. This really matters. We only get one run at this life, and waiting until 65 for permission to enjoy it, well, it feels like a gamble most of us don't want to make. You deserve a life that feels like your life. So follow along, follow this podcast so you don't miss episode 1. I'm so glad you're here, truly, and let's get into it. Thanks for listening to Life After Enough, a podcast about money, meaning, and the life you design when work becomes optional. If this episode made you rethink your future, share it with someone who's starting to question the script too. You can follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. I'm your host, Nick, and I'll see you next week as we keep building a life that's truly ours.